The information and the topic that will be discussed in this video is coming from an article that comes from NBC.com, and if you're black, it should make you a little proud. So I'm just going to read off the article, okay? Target CEO Cornell to meet with Al Sharpton, to discuss DEI rollbacks as civil rights leader considers boycott. I don't know why they care about what he's considering. We have already started boycotting. By the way, the information, this article was all put out today. Today is April 17th, just to give you reference. All right. Target CEO Brian Cornell will meet with Reverend Al Sharpton this week in New York as the retailer faces calls for boycott and slowdown in foot traffic. The meeting which Target asked for, we didn't go to Target. Target is coming to us, comes after civil rights groups urged consumers to not shop in Target in response to the retailer's decision to cut back on DEI. While Sharpton has not called for the boycott of Target, and I'm happy that they included that, he has supported efforts from others to stop shopping at the retailer's stores. Now, I'm gonna ask y'all something. Do you think that the CEO of Target would go out of their way now to go and organize a meeting with one of our civil rights leader activists to try to discuss this if they wasn't feeling the loss, if it wasn't hurting their pockets, if the black dollar wasn't really as valuable? Do you think all of this would have been happening? No. And this is why this is our best bet. Hold them fucking coins. No need to go out into the street and potentially get down. You understand? Hold them funds, hold them coins. Because I promise you, they feel it. We are like the #1 consumers in America. If we not spending it, who do you think is? We are the ones that overspend. We overconsume. So guess what's happening with Target and them? They feeling it. Them stocks been plummeting. People are going in there, literally filling up the carts to the brim and then just leaving it there. They're fucking with them. They're trolling them. You really think that, like, the way that we have been boycotting financially, by withholding financially, that is really not that effective? It may take some time before you start seeing the effects, but it's truly effective. Now I'm going to read this quote that comes from Al Sharpton. You can't have an election come and then all of a sudden change your old positions. Said Sharpton, if an election determines your commitment to fairness, then fine. You have the right to withdraw from us, but then we have the right to withdraw from you. Yes, we do, and that's what we did. So like I said, hold them funds, figure out a way to invest those funds if you can, you understand? But that's how we gonna fight. And let's see how many more of these brands start calling for some of these meetings, okay? Because the black dollar holds more power than they want us to believe.
Yo, what's up, lovelies? Welcome to my channel. We've got to talk about Target, the same company that was once waving the DEI flag high and proud, and now they're out here trying to backpedal, and not subtly either. You remember last year in 2024, they decided to scale back their DEI programs. Yeah, you have that right. After all the performative allyship, the BLM-themed marketing, the commercials with black families shopping happily, and even the pride campaigns, they quietly rolled things back. But now, suddenly, they want to have a meeting with Reverend Al Sharpton. Sounds like somebody's pocket are feeling a little light and they're realizing the black dollar actually matters.
So the CEO of Target is having a sit-down with Reverend Al Sharpton to try to get us to stop boycotting Target stores. Let me repeat that one more time in case you missed it. The CEO of Target, is having a sit-down with Reverend Al Sharpton to try to get us to stop boycotting their stores. First of all, I just want to say, no disrespect to Reverend Al Sharpton. He has been around for a very long time, and he has genuinely helped a lot of people. That being said, I could also argue that he has not helped a substantial amount of people and instead decided to center himself in the spotlight. But I'm not going to have that argument right now. That's not what this is about. Okay. We're talking about this current situation. I just think the fact that it is 2025 and the CEO of Target's go-to move, his way of fixing this situation where they're losing all this money because we stopped coming into their stores, the fact that he thinks speaking to Reverend Al Sharpton will what? End with him telling us to go back to the stores, everything is fine, and we will all just listen and do that? Tells you all you need to know about what they know about us and our community. Okay. Clearly they're uneducated, but here's the thing. They could very easily educate themselves and know more. If, I don't know, you had black folks, even women in positions of power in some of these board meetings that you're having, for instance, to tell you how this might turn out. Actually, here's the kicker. If you would have already had some of us in these positions, you probably wouldn't be in this position to begin with. But who am I? Pay me no attention. Just go ahead, have your little sit down, and let me know how that works out for you.
The CEO of Target has reached out to Al Sharpton in an attempt to get the boycotts of his store to stop. It's over. Target, it is time for you to wave the white flag. For starters, if you think Al Sharpton has the same influence over the black community that he had maybe in the 70s, 80s, you'd be sadly mistaken. Skinny Al Sharpton ain't moving the needle anymore, all right? We not listening to him. That's also another sign of just how out of touch you have been with your customer base. Watching the way these companies behave in light of losing the black dollar should really show people just how little these corporations think of us, how easily they lump us all into these monolithic bubbles, how easily they let their stereotypes, what they think of our communities, influence how they make their business decisions. To think that somebody like Al Sharpton is the person you need to turn to in order to appeal to the black community and try and get our business back tells me everything I need to know. You were never really in touch with what we wanted from your store. When everything happened during George Floyd, when everything happened with the BLM movement, you were looking to make a buck. You were looking to capitalize off of our pain. And as soon as it felt like that money was not rolling in at the same level, as soon as it felt like the campaign to support us did not fit your bottom line, you dropped us. And you dropped us thinking that we wouldn't notice. You dropped us thinking that other communities wouldn't notice. You dropped us thinking that it would not mean anything. Well, now it does. You've suffered 11 straight weeks of low sales, low foot traffic. You've lost close to $15 billion in overall sales and revenue. This is the find out stage that Target never thought they would come to, because they believed they were bigger than the program. But you're not. I told y'all we were going to bankrupt a corporation. We might bankrupt a few more before this presidency is out. And the first one up is absolutely going to be Target.
So let's be real, guys. Black Americans contribute over 1.6 trillion annually to the US economy. That's not a number to play with. Brands know this. They study it, they count on it, but when it's time to show up and stay consistent with support, especially the social climate isn't trending, this corporation get real quiet. or worse, they back out entirely. So, Target pulls out the plug on DEI, likely to avoid backlash from more conservative shoppers. But then what? Sales dip, reputation takes a hit. So, what's the next move? Cue the apology tour, starting with a meeting with the civil rights leaders like Al Sharpton. And I've got to ask, why now? Are you meeting with Al Sharpton because you are genuinely interested in recommitting to DEI and black community, or are you trying to clean up your image because you are watching your numbers tank? Now, don't get me wrong, Al Sharpton's influence in the civil rights world is undeniable, but what kind of demands are being made in this meeting? Will there be accountability, investment in black-owned businesses, restore DEI initiatives with actual metrics and results, or is it just more corporate PR fluff?
So Target is now asking to speak with Reverend Al Sharpton. For what reason? We don't know. But Reverend Al Sharpton has not even posted about the boycott against Target. But it shows that Target understands that we ain't fucking around. And they done fucked around and found out. Target, we've been telling y'all for the last couple of months that we are the buying power in the United States. Black people make shit move. We drive the culture. And when you decided to hit below the belt and renege on your DEI initiatives, you didn't think we were going to pull our money back? Baby, we are joking with y'all now. Y'all are not even a protest anymore. Y'all are not a boycott no more. We have normalized not shopping with y'all. It only takes 30 days to actually pick up a habit. And so we as a community have picked up the habit of not even going to your store. And Reverend Al Sharpton has not even endorsed the boycott. But he did criticize Target and warn them that if you fucked up, you may find out. I don't know if it was the hairdo that made you pick him, but pick somebody else. Pick somebody who actually is boycotting y'all. Because Reverend Al Sharpton will not get us to move. Hell, Jesus may not even get us to move. Hell, I don't even know if we'll come back to y'all, honestly, Target. Y'all have shown us y'all true colors. The reason y'all cared about black folks is because it was a trend. It wasn't because it was something y'all actually wanted to represent. The same thing with the LGBTQI community. But good luck, boo.
Hey, Target. Reverend Al had absolutely nothing to do with my decision as a black woman to stop shopping in your stores. I don't know what you would have to do. I don't know what kind of miracle you would have to perform, Target, to get me to ever shop at your stores again. And if I was going to be influenced, it would be by the collective of black women that influenced me to agree not to shop in your stores together, as a way of showing you how we feel about your policies and how insulting and hurtful they were to us as customers. It's actually causing me to do a lot of research. I now recommend to black women as a very effective and viable alternative to these marches. We're withholding our dollars from stores and retailers like you that treat us the way you did. Easy. Reverend Al ain't got nothing to do with it. He can't have any influence. The only people that influence me about this are other black women. He ain't had nothing to do with the original decision and my continuing decision to withdraw my dollars from your store. Because you know what else I learned during this period of kind of tightening the belt, being more careful and picky about where I spend my dollars? I learned that we as black people, we overspend, we overconsume. I'm glad that we've gotten started and we're practicing consuming less by refusing to shop at your stores. Good for us. Yeah, Reverend Al ain't got nothing to do with it. And when you think about it, when we think about the black community and us spending money in your stores, who do you think's making that decision, men or women? I gotta be honest with y'all. I don't think I have ever run into another man or dad that I know at Target. I run into other moms, women I know, but never run into another man. Like, I don't know what y'all are thinking, and I'm Gen X. And to be perfectly honest, and this is just me sharing, I have never understood or accepted like Reverend Al is some representative for me as a black woman. I've never gotten it. I don't get him. I don't understand this appeal he has. I understand he has, a CV and a list of accomplishments, and he is somebody, important in the civil rights movement. I guess to say that Target is out of touch. Target, what you are doing is letting your slip show. We are definitely seeing how completely out of touch with where we are on this. As far as I'm concerned, economic boycotts of Target, stores like Target. One of the best and most efficacious way for us to do activism during this time. It's safe and it's effective. Yeah, Reverend Al had nothing to do with it. Where did y'all get that from? Who's advising you?
So Target is trying to meet with Reverend Al Sharpton. Why? I have no fucking clue. Why? No idea. I guess they figure Reverend Al Sharpton can get us back in them stores. But my thing is, y'all fucked around and found out. Period. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all fucked around and found out. Y'all thought that everybody was joking. Y'all thought it was a game. Y'all thought, okay, well, we don't need them in our stores. Basically, is what y'all said. But now y'all see how much we actually shopped in the stores and how much revenue it's affecting for these last 3 months. Now, since we're not in them stores like we was at first. So I don't even think Reverend Al Sharpton will even be able to help y'all for real. Because I don't even think that Reverend Al Sharpton even came out and said anything about boycotting y'all in the first place. I think he just gave a statement criticizing them. And pretty much was like, y'all gonna find out. But I don't think he's not even boycotting you guys. Like, he never even told us to do it. Like, we just started sticking together like we supposed to do in the first place. But yeah, Target, y'all need to get y'all shit together, cause baby, we was not playing with y'all. Period. Y'all trying to, be on that orange man side, and y'all pretty much, the fact that y'all was able to even let the program go as quick as y'all did, let me know y'all really didn't give a fuck about us anyway. You only was on our side because it was trending, and the trend was hot to have a DEI program. Now, when it wasn't hot, y'all reneged, and y'all fuck around and found out.
Black people, my folk, come here for a minute. I want to holler at y'all for a second. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about this yet, but in case you haven't, let me share a little tea with y'all, okay? It seems that the Reverend Al Sharpton got a call from the Target CEO. Yes, I didn't say Al Sharpton called the CEO of Target. I said, oh, my boobs, y'all, excuse me. They all in the camera. Excuse me. A girl is endowed. Anyway, I'm in a good mood. Anyway, the CEO of Target reached out to Al Sharpton. And guess what his topic of discussion was? He is requesting a meeting. Yes, a meeting to discuss, guess what? The DEI rollbacks that they did and how to roll that back. Yes. And the reason I wanted to holler at my folks, because I wanted to let you guys know how proud I am of you. We know that the African American community, the African American community, we represent $1.8 trillion in spending dollars. And we know that money that is at 1.8 trillion or 1.8 billion. It's a big one. And it represents us. And for a market to suddenly not have that income or that spending power, suddenly they realize that maybe they shouldn't have popped their collar that quick after so-and-so won the election. I think they found out the hard way. But I want you guys to know that this just further proves that our spending dollars, and not only that us as a people are a very crucial calculation to the success of this country. Not only without our spending dollars would a lot of things come to a screeching halt, but a lot of things that the African American community has contributed to this country, should that stop, there's also going to be some issues with those things as well. So never let them tell you that you can't make a difference. Never let them tell you that you can't fight the upper ones, the higher uppers. Never let them tell you that, oh, boycotting doesn't do a thing. Target is saying, yes, it does. Target would not be reaching out to the black community if they weren't being hurt by the black community. You guys did a great job. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. This is the secret. This is the secret they did not want out. We have to come up with a new way of protesting. Because the old way of protesting in today's times, with the temperature going around here today, the old way of protesting will end up with a lot of bloodshed and a lot of lives lost. This form of protesting, which is keeping your black dollars in your pockets or in other black owned businesses. When we take the fight to the pocket and not the street, oh, we can get some results, baby. And we get them without the harm and the grief of losing loved ones in the protesting process. So let's switch our thinking up a little bit on them. We always got to keep them guessing. We can't let them know where we're coming from every time we come at them. So we keep them guessing. And this way we keep them guessing. Let's keep this up. Target one down. Who's next? Who's next? We already know that thanks to China, y'all cool with me, that these luxury brands, they're hurting. They're hurting so much that the United States are blocking these Chinese websites. They're blocking these Chinese websites. TikTok is now penalizing and permanently deleting accounts from these Chinese manufacturers that are dropping the T. So when we get to the bottom line of all this, what have we learned? We learned that if you make that pocket holler by keeping your dollar, you got their attention. Target just blinked. But we're not going to blink. Go ahead, talk to him, Rev. We don't care. Go ahead, talk to him. See what you can do. But the bottom line is, unless we, the people, are not satisfied, if we, the people, do not feel vindicated, if we, the people, do not feel respected, we still ain't coming back. So you better get your act together. And let's say other huge conglomerates, you better take a note from Target. Sometimes you can learn just by looking. You don't always have to experience it. So, and thank you to everybody else who joined in and cut that foot traffic down. We appreciate that. We know it's a lot of people out here do not agree with what's going on in the world today. And it's not just black and brown people. We know that, and we acknowledge that. But at the same time, I just like to let my people know, when you put your minds to something, when you put your mind and your heart and your effort behind it, whatever it is, it's a go. It's a go. So you keep doing this. You guys keep it up. This battle is not over. Just know that. And this is let's say this is a celebratory point. Your actions are they're being rewarded. We see the progress coming. We see the difference that what we do or don't do can make. You guys, I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Let's keep this up. Let's keep this up. We have more power than they want us to know about. And I'm always going to be here to let you know exactly what that power is and how to utilize it to the best for our benefits. So now we don't have to worry about the pew-pews from the protesting. We just keep our dollars in our pocket and we let our money do our talking. Congratulations, guys. Happy Thursday. And one question before I get out of here. Target, is it great again yet? Asking for a friend.
We've seen this script before. Brands love to talk the talk when it's convenient, but when it costs them something, silence, retraction, redirection. So here's my challenge to Target and every corporation watching. Don't just chase the black dollar, earn it. And if you're serious, show us. Invest in black communities. Support black-owned brands year-round. Bring back DEI, not as a trend but as a standard. And otherwise, it's just more corporate gaslighting. Black people are still standing on business, and they will still continue to boycott Target and other corporations that decided to roll back the DEI programs, because it seems that the blacks didn't matter, but now their dollar matters a lot. Calling people like Reverend Al Sharpton won't add any value, and in fact the black people will continue to boycott all those corporations. So what do you all think? Is this meeting with Al Sharpton a real step forward or just damage control? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and hey, if you like this kind of content, hit that like button, subscribe and share it. Let's keep the conversation real. Thank you and goodbye.